2 links down below in the description box, as always, to credit WWE. And this week, if you give the video a thumbs down, you're going to wake up at 3 a.m. with that looking deep into your eyes. You're off the hook for the Solo Sikoan spike in the rectum this week. So you're very, very fortunate when you think about it. Now let's get into this. Logan Paul comes out, Ohio's own, in Ohio, trash talking. Ohio, very cliche. So CM Punk comes out and basically bashed his character, and there was some valid points there, a little bit from a scripted promo perspective. But to say that he's got no character, and I mean, he's talented in the ring. Not everybody's a mouthpiece like CM Punk. The guy can go, and he's incredible, whether you like him on a personal level or not. CM Punk wants to eliminate Logan Paul at the Chamber because it would also be poetic justice for himself being thrown out at the Royal Rumble at the hands of Logan Paul. Ludwig Kaiser defeats both Penta and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne literally was done the moment Penta got thrown out and the Kaiser bun squished Pete for the 1-2-3. Penta and Pat McAfee say that he stole the win. Then Penta was going on like, no. What do you mean? No. It's a triple threat match. There are no rules. That's how the show goes. Sorry, I have to adjust my chair there. That's how it goes. It made complete sense to me. And no sense. Sorry, it made complete sense to me for me to say that it made no sense for him to look upset, and then for Pat McAfee to be like, oh, you stole it. He didn't steal shit. This wasn't like a normal one-on-one match. I don't even know why the ref is there other than just to count the 1-2-3, really. So that's all I have to say on that. And I want to mention that, again, he's not being told that he is representing Imperium, even though he's using the same music, but with a slight variant on it. Because I really hate Gunther's music, but I like Ludwig Kaiser's music. So again, it's a little different. New Day defeats LWO. LWO had some nice move. Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro. See, I remembered their names. That's only because I read the list like 10 times before recording this video. These guys are good. Like, they surprised me. Like, I would say, oh yeah, they're quite capable. And I'd like to see them get a little bit of a push, perhaps, in the future. And when I mean push, I don't always mean like just throw the titles on them. I just mean like get them featured more often. Speaking of which, Dragon Lee post-match came out to take out the New Day, only to be laid out after because New Day attacked them post-match. Where's he been? We see Penta every week. He just comes out of nowhere. For half the time he comes out, he's getting an in-ring interview with Jackie Redmond. Where's Dragon Lee? Dragon Lee, for me, was one of the most exciting new additions to the roster. And now I just kind of feel like he's just on the back burner with LWO. I don't like that. That guy is legitimately incredibly talented. So it's instances like that that make me question the booking sometimes. I don't understand. Just like when it comes to the Wyatt Six, I know, just like anything in life, are you Ford or Chevy? Are you Trump or are you Biden? No, really. There's always going to be some people that are going to be like, oh yeah, love this guy. Piss on that guy. But I'm sorry, whether you like him or not, Dragon Lee is talented and he should be in there. Featured more often, and he's not. See, that's the kind of stuff that I want to add to these videos rather than just like, so the New Day defeated LWO. Backstage, Finn Balor lays into Dom Dom. Yeah, like, it's just boring shit. I want to be able to, share my thoughts on what's going on here. So yeah, so that bugged me. Backstage, speaking of what, Finn Balor really laid into Dirty Dom. Finn says that Liv and Raquel pulled off the stunt with Jade Cargill, even though Liv denies it. It's like I said, we're teasing it. We're insinuating that they did it just because they were present at the time of her attack. I'm really done. I just want to know what the hell is going on. And I want to know why Finn said that. If they didn't do it because they're denying it. It was just kind of weird because I feel like he threw them under the bus. Maybe I'm making a big deal out of it. Gunther in ring promo about ending the Yeet movement. Thinks Jey Uso is a clown. I could see why he'd think that from his point of view. Says that he's got a hand-picked opponent, and honestly, before he even said Akira Tozawa, I honestly knew that's who he was going to go for. Because he's been made into a joke. And I just took a sip of my Diet Pepsi, the Silver Bullet, and somehow some of that almost came through my nose. Really cleared out my sinuses. Holy cow. Moving on then, Gunther defeats Akira Tozawa, but I'm glad it wasn't like a super squash match a la Goldberg. Tozawa had a little bit of offense. You could tell the guy can go because he is talented. Remember, and I've said this a million times before, you can watch the in-ring performance of someone or the lack thereof. You can watch someone like Natalya and John Cena. I know you think, John Cena, what? I'm talking about win-loss records. Okay? Don't ever let that fool you into thinking that somebody sucks just because they're being booked in not a favorable way. Your shitty booking shouldn't be a reflection of how you are. So just because the booking is shitty doesn't mean you're actually shitty. Some people just are, but not everybody. Just remember that. So Jey Uso came out, of course, to help Otis out, who had gone in after because Gunther kept attacking Akira Tozawa even after he beat him. Otis got laid out pretty quick. Now, I'd like to see Otis versus Gunther, but his character, again, the whole, like, big, you know, whatever you want to call his persona. I love Otis to death, but he's just not poised. Is that the word? He's not pushed or made you to believe that he's believable and being able to achieve much. No offense. Like if I saw Otis versus Gunther out of nowhere and if it was for the title, I would never believe that Otis can win. Which leads me to my point of a lot of people not thinking that Jey can win, but a lot of people that don't think Jey can win think he will win just for the sake of the story because he is so over right now. It is unbelievable. And that's how I feel. Lyra defeats Dakota to retain the IC title time and time again. And I repeat myself sometimes every week. Like every week there's going to be some stuff in which I repeat. Well, that's because I still feel the same way. And I'm still being shown something that is re-solidifying what I said prior. Dakota is funny when she tripped on the camera crew cord, but never mind that. Again, with a move you don't see too often, that I definitely haven't seen too often, where she kind of went, well, she didn't kind of go. She charged Lyra in the corner top turnbuckle here, and then like sideways, almost like a cross body, and then like rolls off to roll her for a pin. Just like little things like that. And it was well executed. And this is like Dakota 2.0 for me because I've paid attention to her matches before, like a long time ago before her injuries. And I'm telling you, I do not recall any like standout moments from her. It was just like, oh yeah, whatever. Just another random person doing some stuff and okay, whatever. But now I've said this now. It's been a little while where I'm like, you know what? I am fully on board. And not to take anything away from Lyra Valkyria, but there's something about her, and this is going to sound really rude, but I told you I'm very candid. I don't bullshit or sugarcoat anything. And I don't always have a reason for why I feel a certain way. It's just the feeling that I have. If Lyra got let go tomorrow, I wouldn't miss her. Take that as you will, but that doesn't mean that I think she sucks. That doesn't mean that I think she's undeserving. That is not what I'm saying. It's just sometimes that connection that you make with a superstar, it's either there or it isn't. And it totally was not there with Dakota, even less than Lyra. And now it's like, oh my God, you are so good. So I'm just impressed. And then she's got the knee brace there. That's not just for show. She's got like some real serious issues. She must be the daughter of like Stone Cold Steve Austin or something like that. So yeah, overall, really nice match. And I'm still going to fight on the hill that I legitimately could have seen Dakota be the first ever Intercontinental Champion, or at some point. There's just enough from her that I'm like, you know what? I'm on board with that. Whereas there's some others that I'm like, yeah, no. And again, it sounds rude, but it's just the way it is. Like Zelina Vega? No. You're a cheerleader outside of the ring. I can see her as champion. I mean, she is a champion, but I'm saying I can actually see her as champion. I'm just saying that I'm not resonating with her on the same level that I am other people. Maybe that's clouding my judgment. You see what I'm saying? I can admit to that. Okay? Then Ivy Niles comes in, attacks Lyra. She holds the championship. Again, I wrote, now, if anybody doesn't have that energy, that championship energy, it's definitely her. I just do not see it. And yes, part of it could be because, okay, I'm just being real. You can't have somebody like Akira Tozawa going up against someone like from an extreme perspective, facing off against Brock Lesnar and going, oh yeah, they stand a chance. Not really. Unless you're like a high caliber superstar that's worked your way up to that, then it could sometimes be believable. And who comes to mind of someone who's very petite in stature that was champion, and I didn't have a problem with them being champion whatsoever? And that's Alexa Bliss. Okay. Jackie Renman interview with Sami Zayn. He says that he also went to Kevin Owens' house and he didn't recognize himself in the mirror afterwards because he couldn't believe that he's reached that point. He can't believe that their rivalry has reached that point because it's never reached that point before. I really got to stop chin butting. I'd say headbutt, but my head's up here. This is my chin into my pop filter. Remember, I told you, in case you're wondering, what's that little disc there that's sitting on top of the microphone? Well, this makes it, because it's custom made, it's slid all the way up here. I'll tell you about it after. Anyhow. Yeah, so it's different now, and Sami Zayn says it's different now because who knows how far I'm willing to go. Well, no, it's mainly different because your rivalry period has reached a line that never should have been reached, and that is when you're threatening the livelihood and the family of said opponent. Plain and simple. Braun Breaker defeats Dom via disqualification. 23-mile-an-hour clothesline from Breaker on Dom. That stuff is just nuts. I could see Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker someday. Dom is a good worker. He gets squashed. Again, it's not that he's not believable as a winner. He's supposed to be the coward, character. Like, that's his character, and I get it. I'm still over the moon with Braun Breaker, again, as a heel. People still cheering him because they just respect him so much. He's just so talented. He's not just like a big brute that just huffs and puffs like a Goldberg and then just runs around. And, there's just an aura to him, and he's strong. He's calculating. He's just really, really good. And his championship reign I have no issues with. I mean, I'd wish he defended a bit more. That'd make him look a bit stronger as well, too. Not that there's anything making him look weak. I just mean the championship reign itself, not him. I want to clarify on that again. He is 10 times stronger than his reign is because we just don't see a lot of title defenses from him. As a matter of fact, that, like, the Chamber, does he even have an opponent for title defense? I know there doesn't always have to be a title defense at every PLE, but anyways. Finn Balor at the end, head-to-head with Braun Breaker. I'm telling you, I'm still rooting, and I have, right there, I have some hope for Grand Slam Finn. Cody Rhodes in-ring promo about The Rock's offer, and what does it mean? It's a little bit abstract. It's a little bit vague. In the wrestling world, he says that he understands what it means. It probably means to do the devil's bidding and doing stuff that you normally shouldn't be doing, kind of like what Seth Rollins used to do when he took a sledgehammer to Cody Rhodes, when he took a chair to Roman Reigns. His track record's not that good, but yet he gets in Cody's face and says, don't make me regret helping you secure that championship at WrestleMania 40. He's raising a good point. He's a changed man, but hey, look at his past. It's a lot cleaner than Cody Rhodes. And that is perhaps why Cody Rhodes said, you know what? Maybe that's why The Rock didn't ask for your soul, because it's already been compromised. Slam dunk. That was a good one. Because I didn't have that note that I just pulled out of my ass written down here. Oh, no. But Seth Rollins did come out looking like a freak. Looked like he was in an oversized, blood-stained garbage bag. That's really what it looked like. Yeah, so that's that. I don't really have anything else to say about that. This was kind of unexpected, but I'm not going to lie. I was hoping for it, but there's an ulterior motive, and it's not because I love Liv and Raquel. I don't dislike them. Again, that resonating thing. I really like Bianca, and I really do like Jade Cargill and Naomi. It took a second. Naomi's one of my favorites, okay? All very, again, capable, believable. They're now 3 times champs, Raquel and Liv. Of course, Dirty Dom had a hand in that. And the reason I'm happy for this is because think of now the extra friction that's going to come in. Think of Jade Cargill now. She could come in, come back as a face. I got to close my eyes because it helps me with the distraction and too much information overload. OCD, ADHD, my brain's a... See, when Jade comes back, she could remain face in that she could thank Naomi and be like, you know what? Thank you for holding it down, and, you know, things happen, you lost it. We'll get it back. Go, girl. And at the same time, she could easily go heel and go, who the hell are you to take my championship? But in a way that really wouldn't make any sense. But if you're a heel, you might say some stuff that don't make much sense anyways. Because in the end, you can't hold tag team titles for ransom just because you're injured. You have to relinquish it. Like what Finn Balor had to do. Remember, at the hands of Seth Rollins, buckle bomb, outside, fucked up Finn Balor's shoulder, and he was the first ever Universal Champion of the world, ever. And he never quite bounced back from that. Anyhow, getting sidetracked. So now this adds that extra element of, ooh, shit, when Jade comes back, now she's got something to fight for. Because it's quite possible that these 2 ladies who allegedly attacked her have now also, quote unquote, stolen, with the help of Dom, her tag team championship belts. So just that whole angle, that whole dynamic of what's going to go on, and wondering what's going to go on, and wondering when it's going to go on, when Triple H, when WWE, like they're going to see this video. Yeah, so that's the part. And I get it. We don't have to. Well, we have to wait. I don't understand some storylines where they have to be dragged out so long. Like the Jade thing, I really feel like that's dragged out like really, really long. Like it's just so done. Like, I'm done. Tell me who did it. Where is she? The Randy Orton thing. Why is he out? Why was Sami Zayn able to come back so quickly, and Cody Rhodes, and somehow Randy Orton, it just affected him? I don't know. I'm just, like I said, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but there's those inconsistencies sometimes with similar situations with radically different outcomes. And I get it. Not everybody that gets punched in the face is going to get knocked out. Some people have died getting punched in the head once. So I get that. But my point is, it still drives me nuts. But in the end, as much complaining and as much questioning and dissecting and I was going to say nitpicking at every nano detail, I really do enjoy the product. And if you don't believe me, I have now recorded over 200, is it 200 or 100? Yeah, over 200 Raws and SmackDowns in the 2 years that I've been here. Doing this wrestling thing on YouTube, and I don't think I've ever gotten more than 40 or 50 views per video. Just to give you some perspective, I average a nickel at best. 5 cents Canadian. That's like a penny American. 1 copper penny per video. And I still do this. I still show the same enthusiasm and energy. There's no way I'm just in it for the money. I mean, a penny is money, but no, it ain't. Bitch, I'm the Elon Musk of poverty, okay? And I'm still doing this. So clearly, that's the proof right there that I'm enjoying this. If I was cranking in hundreds of thousands of views per video, and I'm all like, oh, in case you don't think I love wrestling, people would be like, you're in it for the money because you flap your gums for 15 minutes and you make $1,000. Yeah, no. Every single Raw and SmackDown highlight recap I've ever done combined, I did it. Over the past 2 years, I calculated it. I think it was just shy of $2. It was like a buck 50. Yeah, it's crazy. So do not ever doubt my intentions. Thumbs up as always if you like the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying so desperately to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. And if you didn't like the video, you already know. That 3 a.m. wake-up call with that guy. Whatever that thing is he does there, I don't know. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that'd be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.